Hello my friends. As is inevitable, this year we will get another FIFA game in the form of FIFA 2021 or FIFA 21, depending on the ES approach to the naming convention. But 2020 and the effects of the global pandemic we are all experiencing have been far from normal for the sporting world, and that could have consequences for FIFA 21. So what are we staying at? FIFA 20 was received pretty well overall, providing a set of new features and tuning some missing areas of beautiful play, but still there are a few moments fans will want to see improved in the next iteration. In our FIFA 20 review, we talked about how adding volts, setting up protection and an electric soundtrack helped her stand out after years of minor updates, but visually the game still doesn't stand out year after year, and the career mode is in dire need of updating. When the PES broke off the playing process, and took away FIFA's once virgin licensing agreements, the two titans of football games could not be closer. So we'll look at everything we know so far about FIFA 21, focusing on the date of a potential release, a possible cross-platform release and what we'd like to see from ES' next entry in this legendary sports franchise. Will this year's version put the distance between PES and FIFA or bring them even closer? But at first this burning question is COVID-19, did it affect FIFA 21? eGames is in an unprecedented position with the development of FIFA 21 this year. Never in the history of this series have there been long and widespread delays to holding leagues and tournaments, but the coronavirus pandemic has COVID-19 led to this precisely in Europe and in many other competitions around the world. FIFA games are based on the annual tournament cycle and transfer market, with players moving from team to team, and the list of each annual edition of the game changing accordingly. But if the leagues are on standby for an indefinite period of time, we will run near the wire against the usual September FIFA release window, potentially with pending competitions, and real professional players needing a break could push the next tournaments even further into the distance. Could this be the first FIFA release of the modern era to be released without being accompanied by leagues in the game? These days, as with most other tournaments connected to the internet, this is less disturbing than it would be in the past. A patch can bring any player transfers or scheduled changes in the form of a download to the game. But that means developers will have to make larger changes to achieve the purchase. The fact that the PS and Xbox Series X consoles will be released this year could help in this respect, provided they inevitably get a version of the game. And what about the Euro 2020 tournament, which is now postponed to 2018-2021 in other years? This is usually added to the game as a downloadable addition to the start of the game. Luckily for EA, this year's license sits with competitors Konami and the Pro Evolution Soccer franchise. Will Konami support her? Or will the EA get a license next year? Despite the fact that the release date of FIFA 21 has not yet been determined, we assume that it will follow the same schedule as in previous years, according to which the annual FIFA game is usually held in the last 2 weeks of September, despite the influence of coronavirus. FIFA 20 was unveiled in June and launched on 27 September 2019, and FIFA 18 was launched on 28 September a year earlier. So we can reasonably assume it will hit store shelves around these two dates, so get your wallets ready, FIFA fans. Given that we can assume FIFA 21 will be out in September 2020, it is worth considering whether or not the game will be cross-platform. PS and Xbox Series X will fall during the resort season, October to December 2020, putting FIFA 21 in an interesting environment. With both Sony and Microsoft talking about the importance of backward compatibility, you can expect the game to move to new consoles at some point, even if it has just an updated digital and physical release of FIFA 21. All we know is that she is likely to work better. It is unlikely that he will want to wait another calendar year to place its game on the next generation console, given its incredible annual popularity, so it is possible to assume with a high degree of confidence that FIFA 21 will appear on new consoles in some form, hopefully sooner or later.
If you want to go back to the origins of this generation of consoles and launch the Xbox 360, you might remember that FIFA 06, Road to the World Cup released an exclusive FIFA game, so who knows, there might be something similar in the works to Euro 2020/Euro 2021.
FIFA 20 is certainly one of the best FIFA series games, at least on recent memory. She added a notable set of systems, new modes such as Volta, and some cunning in-game AI settings to preserve interesting things by addressing issues raised by players. However, there is always something else that can be improved in playing with such maze systems. More street games. Even though Volta was a great start, it is very close to the incredible pleasure of FIFA Street. So if we were willing to have an iteration and upgrade Volta, making it even more absurd and tactile, then we'd be sure it could have gone storm. Integrating both street play and realistic football, which FIFA is famous for, would create even greater value for the player in the annual release cycle. Career regime improvement. With many wishes expressed after the previous game's release on sale, players are sharpening up in updating the now absent career regime, FIFA, which still needs some polishing. Despite the new features added to FIFA 20, it is clear that the system needs some revision so it doesn't feel so painfully similar and tireless year on year. Visual updates. In addition to this, it becomes clear that visual updates between each FIFA towards the end of this generation of consoles have become minor, meaning that it would be great to see a significant change in the graphic accuracy of FIFA 2021. This is likely to come as a result of the advent of new consoles that boast features such as ray tracing, better sound quality and CZ drives for higher download speeds, which is likely to be the most notable change. Licensing agreements. Of course, it would be nice if FIFA restored its licensing agreements so we don't have to lose Juventus on PES in the next iteration, as well as exclusive stadiums like Camp Nou that were absent from last year's release. The Ultimate Team is also becoming the subject of growing fan concern more than ever before, thanks to the transparency of package opening ratios and heat from national legal commissions around the world that have caused a lot of excitement in the community. Making the system fairer and cheaper packages would certainly allow you to get a few points and be appreciated by its global army of players. There is still VAR, but let us not go into detail. The inclusion of modern football's most abrasive system will undoubtedly cause controversy and will be particularly difficult to implement, but if the E insists on true Premier League realism, it will make a lot of sense. Subscribe to our channel. Further, it is more. Next, even more interesting.